All right. Good morning, Agape. Woo, it's so good to see you all this morning. Feel you. It's grateful to be here in community together. Yes. We got the Agape choir in the house. Hey. Woo. Our amazing house band today. Yes. I'm Mary Ann Lewis, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all here to Agape. And all of you at home, hey, let's all sing together. Feel free to stand if you like. All right. We're celebrating Life Divine, celebrating African American History Month. Yeah. You guys ready? Let's do this. Yeah. Here we go. Come this far by faith, leaning on God's love, trusting in the Holy Word. God never failed me yet. Oh, 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 can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. We've come this far. Come this far by faith. Leaning on God's love, trusting in the Holy Word. God never failed me yet. Oh, 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 can't turn around. We've come this far by faith.
Don't be discouraged with troubles in your life. No, no. God will bear your burdens and remove all your misery and strife. That's why we've come this far by faith. Come this far. Leaning on God's love. We'll never trusting in the Holy Word. And it will never fail you. God never failed me yet. Oh, and we're singing, oh, 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 can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. Oh, 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 can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. And we're singing, oh, 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 can't turn around. We've come this far by
Beautiful day, Agape. Love to each of you. Now is the time for our meditative thought. It's coming up on the screen, and you will want to practice this through the week. This is what Reverend Michael writes for each of us right here, right now. Many times what we learn about love is counterfeit. It is love masquerading as getting our emotional and other needs met and meeting those of others, a reward offered for satisfying our heart's desires. So the first thing to remember is that only through having a deep inner awareness of being love itself are we able to see the distinction between love as a noun and love as a verb, to being love itself without a subject or object upon which it is placed or directed. Being love itself. Love to you, Agape. Thank you. From Reverend Michael. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's our wonderful Reverend Coco. Well, it's time now for our congregational song called Use Me. And if you're with us for the very first time, the words are on the screen. So we invite you to sing along with us. And we love to stand at this time in our service. So let's all stand together, standing at home as we stand for these wonderful words of love and truth.
Oh, yes, the sacred yes is high within us today. To be a transparency for divine wisdom, transformational knowledge, creative intelligence, unconditional love, and perfect peace. We're saying to these transcendent yet immanent qualities, use us to reveal heaven on earth, that earth becomes heaven. We hit the gong for the first time in honor of the great presence that is never an absent, called by millions of names, but the nature of this presence never changes. The gong is hit for the second time in recognition of each and every one of us as emanations of the Spirit of the living God, here to reflect the infinite in ways that only we can. The gong is hit for the third time in recognition that we are not to waste our incarnation. We are to use our incarnation to demonstrate and make visible the presence of love and beauty and joy and creativity and generosity in unique and powerful ways, because each and every one of us are unique expressions of the infinite. I welcome you to Agape today. Our musical inspiration is our beloved Agape International Choir under the direction of practitioner Marianne Lewis.
after day, forever faithful I'll be to love that's providing for me. Great is the mercy in me. Great is God's grace. Help me sing it. Great is the mercy in me. God's loving kindness in me. Sweet tender mercies I see day after day. Forever faithful I'll be to love that's providing, ever providing for me. Great is the mercy in me. Great is God's grace. Great is the mercy in me. Your loving kindness in me. Sweet tender mercies I see day after day. Forever faithful I'll be to the love that's providing for me. Great is thy mercy in me. Great is God's grace.
God's loving kindness on me, forever graceful I'll be, day after day, forever faithful I'll be, for God's loving kindness on me. Great is thy mercy in me. Great is God's
Great is the mercy in me. God's loving kindness is blessing me. Sweet tender mercy I see day after day. Forever faithful I'll be to love that's providing
Agape International Choir under the direction of Mary Ann Lewis, introduce our soloist for today. Jason?
Jason Powell. Tertullian Thomas. Mijan Owen. Joshua Johnson. Wonderful Donnie McClurkin song.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Everybody good? Yes. Well, even if you don't know it, you are. You're the image and likeness of the presence of God, the unique expression of infinite potential. And you're here to allow that to be activated in such a way that today will be a leap-off point into a great discovery of parts of you that you didn't even know exist. Levels of excellence and beauty and intelligence. It's a good day. Say it's a good day. It's a good day. All right. So we wave to those who are streaming in from around the globe. We feel your presence, thousands of you in 89 countries tuning in, dwarfing time and space that we may be together in the heart mind of the infinite. If any of you are those in the land of technology or new, please stand if this is your first time at Agape. All first-timers rise up. Beautiful. And whether you are in the room or whether you are in the Zoom room or the YouTube room or the Facebook room or the Love Stream room, remain standing for just a moment. The veterans would like to extend our hearts through our hands. And we say this to you: welcome to Agape. We recognize you. We see who you truly are. Spiritual image and the very likeness of God. A unique emanation of love, beauty, and divine intelligence. Truly, you are a one-of-a-kind wonderful. You are a one-of-a-kind magnificent. Brilliant. Unfolding genius. And today we get to celebrate your very existence. We get to celebrate your infinite potential. We appreciate you. And we thank God for you. Welcome to Agape. Oh, yes. Some people around you may try to give you a high five or a hug. Just receive it as you will. We're not going to ask you to do anything strange other than to break out of your old paradigm and to step into a greater version of yourself on a regular basis. We're celebrating, obviously, Black History Month, and we like to say it's American history. It's not separate from American history. So today, the factoid is Marion Croak. She's 77 years young. She graduated from Princeton, earning her PhD from USC, and has worked to create technologies in service of humanity. She's currently the Vice President of Engineering at Google. She's behind the tech. Check this out. This is what she helped invent, enabling us to talk on Facebook, Zoom, and other apps that connect us around the world. She helped invent that. You know what else she invented? She invented text to donate. That was created in the wake of the Hurricane Katrina, helping to raise millions of dollars since its inception in 2005. That didn't exist before 2005. Marion Croak, she invented that. She's the owner of over 200 U.S. patents. She's one of the first 2 Black women to be inducted to the National Inventors Hall of Fame. She leads the Research Center for Responsible AI and Human-Centered Technology at Google, ensuring that artificial intelligence and machine learning positively impacts users and the world, particularly marginalized communities. And that is Marion Croak. So when I say text to donate, in honor of Black history, you should give a lot. Oh, life is good, I tell you right now. Now, you heard me use, for those of you who are new, you heard me use the word practitioner, and I want everyone to be a practitioner. That's just an individual that practices these universal laws for the betterment of the unfoldment of the soul and for the world. But there are spiritual practitioners who received a calling as a way of living to be of service. And Kanshaka Ali is going to come forward in a second, and he's going to represent the field of practitioners that are first ecclesiastical order of our spiritual community. He's going to turn this place into an affirmatorium where we affirm the truth of our being. It's going to segue us into our purpose statement, our selected reading, and the evocation for this service as well. Kanshaka Ali, come forward.
Good morning. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is Deep Rest, and his topic today is Hold Your Place in the Sacred Space. It was my joy to facilitate our meditation session this morning with music provided by Soak. Today's musical inspiration is the Agape International Choir under the direction of practitioner Mary Ann Lewis. Our interpreter for today is Romina Mina. Agape licensed spiritual practitioners and ministers are currently holding prayer vigil and engaging with you in the comments of this broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. You're invited to share any prayer requests there or contact our prayer ministry directly. Now it is time for our affirmations. I invite you to please stand if you can and repeat them aloud after me, line by line. We begin by taking a nice deep breath. God's will for my life releases me and sets me free. God's. I am a grounding point for miraculous energy to express. My life is an adventure in spiritual growth and unfoldment. I am filled to overflowing with the good of God. High thoughts of health and beauty manifest as my body temple. Gratitude and appreciation light my path and show the way. Gratitude and appreciation light my path and show the way. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Agape's purpose statement. Our purpose as an intentional spiritual community is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God. There's God. And we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the New Thought Ageless Wisdom teachings and the energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. Wonderful. Our selected reading this morning comes from the book, The Endless Practice by Mark Nepo. It can be found on page 24 of the chapter, The Necessary Ring. And it's taken from the section, Being the Part, Feeling the Whole. Since we're each living, a living part in a living whole, one challenging art in being human is to live out our particular life while comprehending the whole. One aspect of the endless practice is to feel both the depth of our feelings and, at the same time, to stand on the ground of all being which exists independent of what happens to us. Often, we slip to one side of this, either denying the impact of our feelings in order to stay grounded, or we're swept away by the strength of our feelings and lose the larger perspective. Being fully awake comes from staying close to both when we can. Wonderful. Now I invite you to take a deep breath in as we enter into a moment of prayer, recognizing this time together as magnificent, as joyous, as beautiful, as wondrous, knowing that there's only one thing that's happening here now, and that is the expansion and the expression of the living presence of the living God. That God that breathes in, as, and through me, that God that breathes in, as, and through each one of us, in its fullness, without separation, without holding back, this one life, this one presence, this one magnificent, eternal, and infinite beingness is in full activation right here and right now. So knowing this, I speak a word of blessing for this occasion. To know that everything that is revealed, everything that is heard, everything that is spoken comes from the very essence and source of God. So that each practitioner, the choir, each congregant is this living essence itself. And blessing Reverend Michael for being such a wonderful individualized expression of all that God is. Knowing that through his awareness and his sacred sharing, we are all uplifted, we are all transformed, we are all revivified, we are all enlightened, as we are enlightened beings, and just released from that which obscures our inherent magnificence. So I release these words with such thanksgiving in my heart, knowing that it's good and it's very good, and the blessing is at hand, and I let it be, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Amen, amen, and amen. The doors of the sanctuary are now being opened that people in the vestibule may come in as our international ensemble prepares us to receive.
And we're continuing in this celebration of African American History Month with this freedom song, Eyes on the Prize. Paul and Silas bound in jail, had no money for to go their bail. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Paul and Silas began to shout. Jail door opened and they walked out.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on,
Hold on.
hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Got my hand on the gospel plow. Wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Keep your eyes on the prize and hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize and hold on, hold on. Well, the only thing we did wrong, we stayed in the wilderness a day too long. Keep your eyes on the prize and hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. We met jail and violence too, but God's love will see us through. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on,
Hold on.
hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
I got so mesmerized in their singing, I forgot I was supposed to come up here. As the choir's getting ready to come up, I want Reverend Wendy Silvers to come forward. She's going to highlight some of the wonderful things going on in our community.
Thank you, Reverend Michael. Good morning, Agape. Good morning, Love Streamers. We have a few highlights for you today, and please visit the Agape website, agapelive.com, for our weekly offerings and for more details on all of this. All times listed are Pacific Standard Time. For meditation today, you've been listening to SOAK, Sound Frequency Therapy, the clinically proven healing protocol that pairs positive affirmations with specific sound frequencies to provide energetic and cellular alignment. SOAK is premiering a powerful new immersion program featuring Reverend Michael, Limitless Living. 21 days, and you know how powerful 21-day process is. 21 days of being immersed in teachings and practices by Reverend Michael. In addition, SOAK is offering our community, Agape community, an exclusive opportunity. Sign up today for the 7-day free trial using the code AGAPE50, and you'll receive 50% off all sound soak frequencies for life. Yes, you only pay half price for the life of your subscription and soak up Reverend Michael's new immersion program, Limitless Living. So go to SOAK, that's SOAAK.com, enter the code AGAPE50 and get your soak on today. The Agape International Choir is open for auditions through Sunday, March 5th. If you are a singer or love to sing and are interested in building community, sharing your voice, and healing, experience the great joy of participating in the music of Agape. Go to our choir rehearsal after service at 2 p.m. on Sundays, 5th floor of the Saban, to become a part of our beloved choir community today. If you're a parent or you have children who would like to participate in the youth choir, which is being re-energized, please, you can go outside, there's a table, or you can go to choir@agapelive.com and send an email. So you can email choir@agapelive.com for more information, and we will see you in choir. Today, the Agape Wise Ones invites the 50-plus community to Zoom with the Agape Wise Ones gathering at 2 p.m. Celebrate with these savvy elders to share deeper spiritual love while connecting as divine radiance. Go to agapelive.com and click on the Wise Ones banner to register. And Agape is open. Join us Sundays for 11 a.m. meditation and 11:30 a.m. fellowship service. We love to see you in person, and as always, all services are live streamed. Odyssey Agape's youth, young adults ministry for those ages 20 to 35 invites you to join them Friday, February 24th at 7 p.m. Click on the banner on the website to join and contact Reverend Arlene Hilton at revarlene@Agape Live for any questions. And this is just one of, we are a community of lovers of God who meditate and pray. The Agape Prayer Ministry is here for you. In the middle of the night, early in the morning, lunch, 365, 24/7. Our licensed spiritual practitioners are available. We know the truth about your life and hold you in the reality of your being beyond all conditions and circumstances. Call the Agape Prayer Ministry at 310-348-1270. And if you don't reach a person live, you can leave a message and you will receive a return phone call from one of the practitioners or ministers. And you can email us for a written prayer at prayer@agapelive.com. You are not living this thing called life alone. We are here to support your realization of your oneness with God and the truth as your very life. So, peace and many blessings to you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Reverend Wendy. And as you can see, under the direction of practitioner Marianne Lewis, we have our Agape International Choir with our wonderful house band, Christian Klikowitz, Mitch Foreman, Big Bad Bit Beak, Cal Bennett, David Neal, John Hart, Rayford Griffin. That's a soulful sound. Listen.
It is indeed. Yes. So we're bringing in a Agape classic. This is a Byers Beckwith tune with our very own Jason Powell and me, John Owens. We're about to stretch out.
Well, I'm stretching now. My mind is clear. Thank you, God, for letting me see how free. Filled with the power of greater destiny. Well, I'm stretching now. My mind is clear. Let me see I'm free, filled with power, greater destiny. Granny didn't say it first, but I believe she said it best. When all you trusted falls apart, let God be where you are, and God will see you through. Trust in the one that ends a broken heart, and then stretch on out, y'all. My mind is clear. I thank you, God, for letting me see I'm free, with the power of greater destiny, Well, I'm stretching out, y'all. My mind is clear. Thank you, God, let me see I'm free, filled with the power of greater destiny,
Jesus didn't say it first, but I believe he said it best. The ways of destruction will try to bring you down. Lean on into, lean for my better life. Bound
That about sings it all. Give them some love, please. Our international choir, our magnificent Agape house band, our wonderful technicians that are everywhere assuring that we can be seen and heard. Marianne Lewis, like a mother hen holding it all together on the music scene. And all of you, just wrap your arms around yourself for a moment and then feel the impress of the Spirit. Spirit of the living God does not make mistakes. The Spirit of the living God doesn't have any meaningless acts, which means you are here because there is a divine purpose in you. There is a purpose to reflect and to reveal the infinite in ways that have never happened before. You matter. You're significant. Say out loud right this moment, I matter. I'm significant. I am meant to be here to celebrate the divine presence. And so it is. Somebody scream about it. And begin to feel the impress of the Spirit, all that brought you to be here in this precise moment, so that you can open yourself up to the Spirit of the living God, which is everywhere in His fullness. Everywhere in His fullness, by the way. You know this already, but these are fundamental truths that many people on the planet have either forgotten or are sleepwalking to. People are still thinking that God is somewhere far away in the sky or could possibly be a man. Oh no. The presence of the living God is pure spirit, which is why Jesus the Christ said we must worship God in spirit and in truth. God is pure spirit, a presence that is never an absence, full to overflowing of love and beauty, intelligence, and more than words could ever explain or convey. And so we are here to celebrate our way back into integrity with the presence that is never an absence, so that our life, our incarnation, this incarnation that you are living right now, regardless of past experiences or interpretation of past experiences, you can demonstrate and manifest the glory of the presence as beauty and love and abundance and joy and success beyond measure. This is your coming home party. Whenever you come here, it's a homecoming for your soul, you see. And so when we dive deep into the awareness of the theme of the month, which is deep rest, we're coming to an understanding that we are resting from worry, we are resting from fear, we're resting from doubt, we're resting from boredom, we're resting from busyness, because we're coming to an understanding that worry is the emotional rehearsing of the very things we do not want to happen. We just have a fantasy about what we don't want to happen. We put emotional power behind it, and then we end up experiencing, because the presence of God, the law, doesn't care what you want. It only cares what you're interested in. And so if you're interested in what you don't want to happen, then that is what you bring into your life. Even if it doesn't happen, you experience it on a physiological level anyway, because that cortisol will shoot through the body. Your immune system will become absolutely inhibited, and you'll end up experiencing that which you do not want to experience. And so we're resting from worry. We're resting from fear, which is the condensation of an energy that stagnates you. We're resting from boredom. Now, I like this, because boredom is the effort that it takes to block creativity, to block transformation, to block change. Do you realize it is impossible for you to be bored? You are an infinite being surrounded by infinite possibilities. How can you be bored? You have to actually make yourself be bored. You have to actually work against life to be bored. We're resting from doubt. Doubt is an ego trip that right when you're on the verge of inspiration, the verge of a new idea, or the verge of a breakthrough, the ego, which does not know the difference between enlightenment and annihilation, because it doesn't know anything outside of its own point of view, will create boredom so that you'll stop doing what you're doing. You better stop praying, stop meditating, stop visioning, stop studying, because I don't know what's out there. And so it will create boredom for you. And then there is busyness, which is a masquerade for creativity. We're here to be about God's business, yes. We're here to reflect and reveal the infinite in a way that's never happened before, yes. But busyness, just to be busy, is a hedge against mysticism. And so we throw ourselves into the awareness of deep rest, which, as we've talked about this month in quoting St. Augustine, where he says, in substance, I shall not rest until I rest in thee, O Lord, which means I shall not rest until I rest into this evolutionary impulse that governs all creation, the perfect unfoldment of a divine idea. I shall not rest until I'm resting in a moment-by-moment discovery of parts of myself that have been hidden and blocked. I shall not rest until I'm in the energy of becoming more and never less than my true self, so that I can say I'm better than yesterday, but not as good as tomorrow. That I'm standing in an awareness of more good than I can possibly imagine. So we are resting in the flow of unfolding. Unfolding is simply the awareness that there is a perfect spiritual idea of you. Say, there's a perfect spiritual idea of me. Look to a neighbor and say, there's a perfect spiritual idea of you. And there is, regardless of what they have said about you. You know who they are. They're always saying something. Regardless of what they have said, there is a perfect spiritual idea about you, just as there is a perfect oak tree within an acorn. It already exists. The acorn didn't create it. The acorn doesn't cause it. It's a process of right condition, creates an unfolding of an idea that's loaded and coded within that acorn. There's something loaded and coded within you. It's a perfect idea of you that God sees. God's eyes are too pure to behold inequity, so God can't see anything but infinite potential that's locked and loaded within you. And so when we talk about resting, we're talking about resting in a flow of unfolding through spiritual practice and interest in the excellence that's within our being, you see. So what is the universe up to? The universe is up to producing an individual that perfectly reflects the cosmos in a way that has never happened before. Now, you might be thinking, no, I just want to pay my rent. We got to go a little bit bigger than that. You are here to perfectly reflect the cosmos, and as you throw yourself open and resting in the unfoldment, your rent will get paid. If you throw yourself open in the unfoldment, ideas will flow through you. Ideas called inspiration from the realm of ever-expanding good. There will be wisdom and guidance and direction that flows through you. You just have to think a little bit bigger. You have to open yourself up and begin to come to an awareness that all of life wants to rush through you. Wants to know itself as you, wants to sing as you, dance as you, create as you, choreograph as you, wants to give through you, wants to love through you. All of life is waiting for you to say, yes, I am. Yes, I can. Yes, I am available. And so with this sacred resting in the presence of the flow of excellence, we're here through the topic today, hold your place in the sacred space. Now, what does that mean? Now, your mind, which is a set of programs, by the way, you're not your mind, you have a mind, is a set of programs, and it has subjective loops that continue to loop and create perceptions, that create thought forms, that create experience, and these loops that create experience, and then on the collective level, creates a world of appearances, of lack and limitation, fear, doubt, worry, rumors of wars, wars and rumors of wars, all manner of things that you see broadcast at 11 with music. 7 o'clock, da-da-da-da, negativity, here it comes. You see, and it has music behind it so it can entrain you and have you hypnotized into the world of appearances where there is a mental loop that we seek to break free from through soulful observation, which is meditation, affirmative prayer, which is not begging and beseeching a reluctant deity to give us something. If I'm going to pray so well, I'm going to change God's mind about me. No. You can't change God's mind. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. If we could change God's mind, we'd be in trouble. You know, so we're seeking to be at one with the mind of God. We're seeking to be in alignment with the presence of God. So through soulful observation, called meditation, through affirmative prayer, which is coming into an alignment with the perfect idea that is locked and loaded and coded within us, every cell, oh my God, the space between the atoms, are full to overflowing with the possibility of greatness within us. As we begin to do this kind of work and become so interested in it, we learn to begin to speak differently. We begin to, as I like to say, instead of talking to the world, we talk to ourselves. We begin to have a practice of speaking to ourselves, not to the world. Oftentimes people just want to prove things to other people. They want to prove to other people. No. You want to speak to yourself in such a way that you begin to break the subconscious loop of negativity, fear, doubt, worry, lack, limitation, not enoughness, misinterpretation of past experiences. You want to speak to yourself. And it's interesting enough, we've been teaching this stuff such a long time, and obviously the first couple of months we're trying to always give the fundamentals of this particular teachings. But I was reading a report of a scientific research project that showed that if someone were to take 21 days and speak to themselves affirmatively 3 times a day, their subconscious mind would change, and they would begin to see the world differently. And as they begin to see the world differently, opportunities and possibilities would begin to break through. Now, we've known this for years, but now the scientists are coming along and say, listen, gentlemen, if we could just take 21 days, and if we can take your affirmative thought in the morning, and in the afternoon, and in the evening for 21 days, you will radically change your perception, which will change your experience in your life. Yes, sir, Doc. Anyway, I'm being funny, but it's true, and I love it. I love the scientific validation of that which we have known for such a period of time, but we want to talk to ourselves, not to the world. And then we begin to understand the world is the condensation of previously held points of view. That's why it's called the world of appearances. So what is prayer? Prayer is a preconditioned interest. In other words, you don't take your condition into prayer. Your condition may drive you to prayer, but you don't take the condition into prayer. You're going into a preconditioned consciousness where you're basically becoming so interested in the answer, so interested in solution, so interested in the quality of the presence of God that you become a new starting point for in the beginning God. In other words, in the beginning God that we read about in Genesis is not necessarily a historical something that took place. It is moment by moment by moment, in the beginning God, in the beginning love, in the beginning abundance, in the beginning I'm one with God, in the beginning all of my needs are met, in the beginning God. You begin to move into in the beginning God, release your attention from conditions and circumstances, and then what you have set in motion from the no-thingness of the Spirit, not nothing. No thing means nothing manifested, but the spiritual ideation, the perfect ideas are here, the same energetic pattern that's in the oak acorn is an energetic pattern within us called the Christ in germ. It's the Christ that is within us, the hope of glory, trying to get out. It's the Buddha mind trying to express itself. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Are you getting this? So as you're talking to yourself, you want to have a running conversation with yourself. If people think you are crazy, that's all right. You don't have to do it out loud, but sometimes it does come into out loudness. You just, put on your radio in your car and start just jamming with it. You know what I mean? All of my needs are met. Everything is working together for my good. Life is magnificent. Life is for me, and there is nothing against me. Everything is moving my direction. Oh, my God. And this is what you're going to discover. God is not a problem solver, because in the mind heart of the infinite, there are no problems, you see? There's only universal spiritual ideas. But in the field of God consciousness, problems dissolve. They dissolve, not solve, because they don't exist in the mind of God. What is a problem? It is an emblem of that which is in our consciousness. It becomes emblematic in the world of manifestation. So God doesn't solve it. It dissolves it because it doesn't exist in the mind of the infinite. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? And then once you begin to talk to yourself, and I'm not saying this is easy stuff because everybody's been imprinted and programmed from the time they were in embryo. And there's a whole an emotional, societal contagion. Things just become contagious in the world because people don't know how to protect their awareness. So they get caught up in the social milieu, whatever is popular in that particular moment in society. So you have to be vigilant in your inner work, so that you're hearing the inspiration from the presence of God within your own soul rather than hearing the cacophony of nonsense emanating from a sea of ignorance, the sea of mental garbage that you see on your news every single day. You want to rise up, lift your vibration so you're living in a different world. You're living in a different world, which is why Jesus the Christ could say so boldly, there will be trials and tribulations in the world. But then he gave you a spiritual practice. He said, be of good cheer because I've overcome the world. Now, in other words, when you're lifting your vibration and you're singing and you're dancing and you're embracing the parts of you that are in fear and doubt and worry without trying to push them away, you're embracing it and lifting your frequency and allowing it to dissolve, you are overcoming that world and the world of appearances that it is creating moment by moment, and you're becoming free. Talk to yourself, not the world. And then you have this. Sometimes you feel that the world is against you. Sometimes you feel that people are talking about you. Sometimes you feel that people are judging you. You are to say when that comes up, this has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me. Somebody comes up to you and they tell you what they are saying. This has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not interested. So whether you say, this has nothing to do with me, or whether you say, this has nothing to do with me, you see, you're not getting involved in that frequency. What are you involved in? What is God thinking about me? When God looks into the mirror of your soul, God sees itself. Shining back from the mirror of your own soul, God sees potential, possibility. The universal presence through the universal law is up to producing individuals that can perfectly reflect the entire cosmos of love and beauty and intelligence and abundance and joy and creativity. That's what the universal presence through universal law is up to. And so if you will but keep, as the choir was singing, keep your eyes on the prize on a regular basis, then the old world will come tumbling down. The Jericho wall will fall because the vibration of your triumphant nature will be so strong that your whole life will change for the better, and you'll be a moment-by-moment greater version of yourself. And then you'll walk in the world, but you'll be of a higher frequency. Now, this is what I mean by holding your place in the sacred space. Now, people will come to Agape, as many of you are here today. People are tuning in, as many are tuning in today. And I mean, I think about this. I think about the fact that since we've been, since healthy people have been free from the lockdown. First time in history that healthy people were ever locked down. Anyway, I've been in different, states and stuff, and people would say, oh my God, Reverend Michael, Agape carried me through the COVID experience. I tuned in. I needed to hear a voice of sanity from somewhere. They were just people and sharing this. And I think about the fact that sometimes people will come and they'll get a hit of truth. They'll become awestruck by the presence. Now, we exchange the word awe for fear. When people talk about be afraid, fearful of God, no, stop that nonsense. You are to be in awe of the presence. There's nothing to fear God about. God is love. God is love. Yeah, I'll just do a little sidebar here. When you see the evolution of human consciousness, it's gone from God being way out there and God being a guy that has, that gets upset and has a high level of pissosity, has anger management issues, sends people to hell and all that kind of stuff. So it's evolved from that all the way to the book of John where it says God is love. Jesus talks about God is spirit. So we've evolved all past that to come to an understanding for the love of God. This is a sidebar, but it's a really good one. So let me catch this. I got to catch it. So not only are we talking to ourselves, but holding the space in this sacred place means that, let me give you the opposite first. People come in, or they catch something, and then they'll say, wow, what was I just worried about? I was worried about something when I came in. Something that really was on my mind, but I forgot it. And then their mind will go on a hunt to look for what they were worried about. Now they've come into a higher frequency. The higher frequency is going to begin to manifest that which of a higher frequency. Love, beauty, joy, abundance, and opportunities, whatever the case may be. But the mind in that subconscious loop starts to look for what they were worried about. That's holding your place in a not so sacred space, you see? And so we want to hold our place in a sacred space, which means every time you have an insight, a revelation, an aha moment, every time there's a sense of coherence around joy and happiness, don't think that that's fleeting. Embrace it. I'm not talking about pretending, having a level of pretending that you're happy. I'm talking about when an insight occurs, nurture it, embrace it, hold your space in that sacred place. And you keep doing that on a regular basis until a new norm happens. And you begin to realize that you are a vibrational being, and that the temptation is to look at a condition and a circumstance and give it too much power, and then that inner feeling of connection, you give it too little power. When you give the feeling, the connection, more power than the condition or the circumstance begins to melt like Jericho's wall when the vibration was way too loud and too powerful. It begins to melt, and you begin to see that there is nothing outside of you that's greater than the power that's within you. That which is within you is greater than that which is outside of you. But you have to be interested in it. As I said earlier, people do not get what they want. They get what they're interested in. And if you're interested in what you do not want to happen in your life, more than the feeling tone of the good that is happening, then your interest is going to win. So you want to be interested. So when you have a win today, there's some win, something happened. I would like to see people, when they talk to each other, share their wins. Just share them. It can be something small. Ooh, I made it through traffic today and got on time here, you know. Or I came late, but I got a good seat. Or whatever the win is. This is the mystical teaching here. The presence of God is omnipresent, everywhere present. So it doesn't know quantity. We know quantity. The presence of God only knows quality. So if you start to share little wins, that your mind will start to gravitate toward the quality of that win. Joy, thanksgiving, harmony, generosity, creativity, whatever it is. And then your subconscious tendency will begin to look for the wins in your life rather than for the negative conditions that are blocking you. You start to look for the wins in your life. And then you'll understand, as thou seest, so thou beest. You start to see that there is an underlying order. There's an implicate order. There is an order that is nonlinear. It's a nonlinear, timeless domain of the Spirit. There's no time in God because God is everywhere present, so there's no here or there in God. There's only here. So you go into the nonlinear, implicate order through prayer and through meditation and through supreme interest and love of God, not a man in the sky, but a presence. And then it breaks through into time. You'll call it a miracle, but it's simply something that's already there. but now has a vibrational match so that it can show up in your life. So you cannot get the miracle unless you're vibrating at the level of the miraculous. That's why you pray. That's why you meditate. That's why you dance and sing. That's why you affirm. That's why you study, so that you are lifting your vibration and frequency so that the infinite good, ooh-wee, the infinite good that is everywhere, you're no longer resisting it. You're not blocking it, you see, with worry. You're not blocking it with doubt, boredom. You're not blocking it with busyness. No, you're becoming supremely interested in real success. You're interested in peace. You're interested in joy. You're interested in beauty, interested in love. You're interested in abundance and the circulation of these qualities. Wow. You become a transparency for these qualities. It's a big leap here. That means that you are not merely to just know about this stuff. You're to know it. There's a difference between knowing about it and knowing it. If you just know about it, you become an intellectual academician. Oh, I know about metaphysics. I've got the book of the month right there in my library. I know all about the universal laws of manifestation. We don't want you to just know about it. We want you to know it. And the beautiful, this is really beautiful. I love this. This is beautiful. The world would have you think that your IQ would determine your success. We know that's not true. You know, IQ is just a measurement of symbols and abstract mathematical ideas and things like that. And Harvard did a 30-year study to show and measured all these beautiful people with beautiful IQs. And after 30 years, discovered that the IQ had no relationship to health, success, love. It had no relationship at all to that, at all. There's something called AQ, availability quotient. If you make yourself available, you make yourself open and receptive, yielding, pliable, surrendered, open. Yes, 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 yes. It will take whatever you got, whatever you are, whatever experience you had, and it will turn that into something magnificent. No mud, no lotus. You know, it will turn what you think is something horrendous that's happened in your life. It will take it and shift it into some fertilized soil that will allow the holy shiitake to burst into an expression, Marissa, into a dynamic expression of ever-increasing good. I know what I'm talking about here. I know it. I know it. I know it. So hear it again. Here it slowed it down. Deep rest. Yes. We're resting from worry, doubt, fear, boredom, busyness. We hear St. Augustine say, I shall not rest until I rest in thee, O Lord. We're resting in the unfoldment of an infinite good. So I'm always on the verge of discovering another version of myself that's trying to come forward because I am infinite. So wherever we are, we're barely scratching the surface of the next great vision and version of ourselves. And so we embrace our humanity, embrace all this stuff. Woo! You don't leave nothing out. All of it is good stuff. Embrace it, and then that which is you're through with becomes transmuted to a higher frequency. Okay, I said I was going to repeat. I started getting some more stuff here. Now listen. And then, as we're resting in the infinite flow of a cosmic good, you're a singular manifestation of a cosmic unfolding. Think about that. And then you learn to hold your place in the sacred space. Don't go looking for what you were worried about when you leave here today. You may have got a lot of issues when you walked in, and you might still have them, but don't go looking for them. Hold your place, your vibrational place in this sacred space. And when you fall, get back up. You fall, get back up. Fall, get back up. Become interested in what God is up to with your life. Talk to yourself, not the world. The world comes at you, it has nothing to do with me. Did you hear what they said about you? It has nothing to do with me. They're judging you for it. It has nothing to do with me. Judge not according to appearances. Judge righteous judgment, or you will be judged by the way you judge. It's law. It's just a law. It's just a law. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Just God, it's just nothing personal. Just business. So with that awareness, we learn to hold our space in the sacred place. Just give yourself, I'll use this word, just give yourself a little time every day. And then time will become your ally rather than your foe. And it will become a condition that you can literally see the unfoldment of your soul. You can look back and you can see, ooh, I can see who I used to be. But I'm way better now. But I'm not as good as I'm going to be because there's more in me. Woo! I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm just getting started up in here. Woo! Oh, why don't we all say that together? I'm just getting started. I don't care how old my body is. I'm just getting started. I don't care how many experiences I've had. I'm just getting started. I'm an infinite being. I am an infinite being. I'm just getting started. Woo! Sometimes you just gotta get your body mantra moving. You know what I'm saying? Woo. Just look at somebody and say, life is magnificent. And I'm about to jump in with both feet. My life is changing for the better. And that's the way that it is. And so it is. Let's move into a prayerful moment together. Come with me into the consciousness of the all good. Now, there may be parts of you still trying to hold on to a condition. Come on now. The condition is a condensation of previously held thoughts, points of view, superstitions, diagnosis, prognosis. It's all condensed. But we're rising up now. We're resting in the one. Return within in this moment. Turn within in this moment. And you know what turning within means? It means you're pulling your attention away from conditions, away from circumstances. The world is screaming to have you plunge yourself into conditions. No, you're pulling your attention away from the condition so that you can say, in the beginning, God. You're not saying in the beginning there's a condition. Let me just break this down for you. Big bang. Out of nothing, not even a grain of sand, an entire cosmos, multidimensional universes, galaxies, solar systems, living biology, all of nature came into manifestation and has been evolving and unfolding ever since out of nothing. Nothing but an idea. So you're not going to condition. We stop in the beginning, God. In the beginning, love. One other thing. God did not create all this because God was lonely. Humanity's been so silly for so many years. All of you have had the experience of sitting in your room by yourself and not being lonely. Just enjoying your own company. Full to overflowing with joy, laughter, peace, whatever. The presence of God birthed everything out of bliss, not loneliness. That everything can come into a celebration of being able to participate in the realm of the divine. Okay, Michael, that's enough. Now we go back to this. Turn within. Pull your attention away from the world of effects and circumstances, even though the gravity of them may be pulling you so hard. There may be a gravitational pull around finances, gravitational pull around the fear of your future and what's going to happen, gravitational pull around the body temple, the mental body, the emotional body, the psychological body. There may be some gravitational pull around all of that. But there is something greater within you. We're holding our place in a sacred space now, pulling our attention away from conditions and saying, in this beginning is the presence of God. The presence of love, the presence of beauty and joy and harmony and wholeness. Oh my God, oh my God. Love. Peace. Oh, abundance beyond measure. I didn't say materialism. Abundance. All needs met. Just think for a moment of any time in your life. Doesn't matter how old or young you were in terms of chronological age. Just think of any moment in your life where you felt that all of your needs were met. You felt loved and supported, safe, any time in your life. Just feel into that now. It's no law against you feeling this. This is the right use of the law. Feel it. Now here is the space we want to hold. Come into this field with me right now. Come into the field of gratitude. And as we enter into this dynamic feeling tone of gratitude and thanksgiving and dynamic appreciation, there's a recognition factor that's enhanced. Our perceptual windows are clean and clear. And we begin to see with new eyes. What did Meister Eckhart say? I see God through the same eye that God sees me. We begin to see differently. And we feel so one with the presence of God that we can announce, I am what thou art. Thou art what I am. No difference, no separation, no otherness. And the very word that is being spoken is the word of God. I speak it. I have the gratitude that I get to speak it for each and every individual here, knowing there's only one of us here, that divine wholeness reveals itself, divine and compelling right action is revealing itself, spiritual liberation is happening for each and every one of us. Anything that would hinder, delay, obstruct, or deny the fullness of life is now being dissolved, being transmuted and transcended, is being transmuted into a higher frequency that we can be free to reflect and reveal the infinite according to our unique pattern. God did not do cookie-cutter consciousness. Everyone is a unique, distinct expression of infinite potential. There are no two of anything alike. Snowflakes, leaves on the tree, human beings. Each of us are unique expressions of the infinite. So don't try to make anybody like you. Don't you try to be like anybody. Ask your soul, how am I to show forth the glory of the living God? Let me mind my own business. It is from this awareness that we give thanks, that everything is working together for our good. We're resting in God, in love, and in peace. I want you to feel it. Help them. Help them feel it. Help them.
My destiny has been fulfilled by you, fulfilled by you, oh God. My search is over, and I'm ready
in thee. Every path has led to this moment. Every step I have taken has led me to this higher place. Everything I have ever done has served me to see God's holy face. My destiny has been fulfilled by you, fulfilled by you, oh God. My search is over, and I rest in thee. Past lives,
they make no difference.
Future lives, they don't
concern me.
My future and my past are rolled into this moment. In God is eternal. My life in God is eternal, and I am free forevermore. My search is over, and I rest in thee. Yeah, I rest in thee. I rest in thee. I rest in thee.
Rest in thee, rest in thee.
We're resting in the one. Instead of saying, I want to be number one, comparing yourself to other people, you say, I want to be one with the one. And let the one flow through. So as we're resting in the one, I'm inviting you to lend your consciousness to this prayerful moment. For Parveen Kangaroo, right where she is, divine and compelling right action is taking place. Alicia Killebrew's friend Penny Kelly and Steve Kleinman, right where there is a fundamental order of the universe already revealing itself as wholeness and right action. Marlon Tabor for his sister-in-law Carol Bell, there's order and peace and absolute wholeness reflecting itself through Carol right now. Kathleen Benjamin, we're holding her nephews, Deuce and William, in prayer right now, right where they are, God is. Yvonne Hyde, perfect wholeness. Yvonne, perfect wholeness. Sharon Fox's brother Richard, divine and compelling right action is taking place in his life. Feel it with me. Neil and wife Malika for her mom Renee Wilcox. Right where Renee is, there's a perfect spiritual idea bursting into time from the eternal. Nothing can stop it. It's happening now. We are the right condition for this unfoldment. President Jimmy Carter, right where he is the presence of God. Wholeness reigns supreme. Right action, perfect healing. Seswan Lewis, rise up. Right where he is, God is. Barbara, right there in Santa Barbara, right where she is the presence of God. Wholeness is revealing itself. Karen Lovelane, her daughter, Maksha. Friend Sandra shuffled off the mortal coil by her own hand. There is devastation in the family, of course. We're holding Chandra in prayer as she is now unfolding on the other side of life. Those who are on this side, we're calling forth a dynamic peace of mind that passes human understanding, and an embracing of the love that was experienced in this domain to open up their hearts for the blessing of Sean, Sandra, Machel, and all family concerned. Just think about yourself for a moment, and whatever's going on in your life right now, without knowing the solution, feel the answer in you right now. Feel if that issue was dissolved, how would you feel? Well, don't wait. Feel it now. Feel that the issue is dissolved right now. And as you feel it now, you're coming into the realm of ever-expanding good, and then the issue that's bringing up all those tissues will be dissolved. That is the law. And backed by this spiritual community of practitioners, anything that would hinder that movement is being dissolved right now. Come into the secret place of the Most High and be free. We give thanks for this, and more than words can say or convey. And what do? We allow it to be. Go on, sing that with the choir for a moment. Listen to this. Listen. I rest in thee. Listen. And next time you're going to sing it with them. Here we go, all together now. Sing it out. Fill this sanctuary with your voice. Choir, be quiet for a moment. Let me just see if they're doing it. Here you go, sing. Woo! They got it. You're resting in love. You're resting in abundance. You're resting in joy. Sing it again. You're resting in the solution. Sing it again. If you're online, sing it with the congregation right now. Again, with the choir. Here we go. And so what do we say here? We say now, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Shalom. Salam. Aho. Hallelujah. Alhamdulillah. Now bow to somebody and say, now so be it. Be that frequency. Be the wholeness. God, I love God. I love God. I love life. Okay, this is our opportunity for you to stretch your giving muscles. Don't leave the sanctuary yet. No. Reverentially. Let us turn within for this moment. Let's give thanks for whatever it is we have to give. Let us bless it, infuse it with gratitude. This is not given from obligation, but through joy. We bless, and we bless this community. We bless its ministries, its programs, its evolutionary collaborations, the staff, the equipment, everything. We bless it all. And we continue to be a birthplace of the beloved community on earth as it is in the heart mind of the infinite, and we allow it to be so, and so it is. Amen. So as we are giving in this moment, we are obviously, you can use your phone right now. The veterans, thank you so much for giving. All of you who have been giving the last couple of years and keeping us in balance during these tumultuous times that human beings are having. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is how you can give right now. You can take your phone and you can use the camera and point it at the QR code. It's right here on the screen. It will take you through an upward spiral right to Agape, where you can choose the amount you want to give and the regularity of your giving, regardless of the amount. You've arrived on earth with everything. In order to demonstrate that you have everything, you have to jumpstart it with giving. Giving something you see. So you give that way, right there. The QR code will come back up. If you want to text to donate, remember, Marion Croat invented that, text to donate. So you can do it in honor of African American Month. You just text the word give to 424-321-6243. That will take you that way. If you want to go directly to the website, everyone out there in website land, agapelive.com. If you're on YouTube, you can go to agapelive.com and you can give on the website. If you're on our Facebook page, there's a donation button, I guess you would call it, that's right there. If you want to mail it in, checks and money orders are mailed to 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. Those are the ways of giving. So if you're here in the sanctuary, you can do the QR code, or if you want to do a check or cash, there are individuals standing in the back of the sanctuary that you can drop that in on your way out. There's some other boxes at the center of outside in the waiting area where you can give as well. So don't be left out, be left in. We'll be right back.
Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? You guys got it? Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Come on. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? 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 Put your roots down. Put your roots down. Put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down. Put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down. Put your roots down. Put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down. Put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening?
I think that's the question. Are you listening? Are you listening? For the presence is cascading everywhere simultaneously. but are we catching it? Are we listening? Are we available? Are we open? So as we turn within this moment to give thanks for the outpouring of generosity through this glowing, growing congregation, we feel good about our gift giving. We feel good about this community. And we live in the awareness right now as a community that all of our needs are met. Yes. We live right here, and we participate with our generosity. And so it is. Amen. So it is. That about says it all. Some of you are going to call this week, and you're going to say, is Reverend Michael going to be there next week? You don't have to do that. I'm here most of the time. And yes, I will be here next week. So, so bring your friends and family. The 11 o'clock service is open to the public, so come on out. And as I said, if you want to give your offering as you leave, if you didn't do the QR code, the individuals are standing right there in the back of the sanctuary, and they will receive your gift, your donation, your offering, your tithe, however it is you want to describe it. Let us rise up. The choir will sing us out. Reverend Julie Moret will give us our benediction. And you will go out holding your space in the sacred place.
Blessed always.
Our very own Reverend Julie Moret gives us our benediction for today.
I invite you to join together with me to give thanks for this Agape International Spiritual Center service. I'm so thankful for the way in which we join together to normalize joy. I'm so grateful for this simple thing that's happening right now and continuing to happen. This simple thing of being remembered unto itself, love remembering itself as every single person hearing the words spoken, that there's something being remembered on a cellular level, in the brain, in the neurology, something's being so awakened, so remembered unto itself. And so I bless this awakening. I bless the normalizing and the stabilizing of genius and beauty and creativity and freedom within every single aspect of each one tuning in right now. I'm so grateful for the way in which we join together to expand and normalize it and expand some more and normalize it and be the blessing on the planet. Yes. So grateful and thankful, and I allow it to continue being good by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
Peace and blessings. How many in here can sing? How many like to sing? You can sign up for our choir right up there in the lobby. Just join in the beautiful community. Coolio? We'll see you next week. Or 8 o'clock for the prayer time, or 12 o'clock for the meditation.
Well, I'm stretching out.
My mind is Klickovitz on keys, Mitch Foreman on piano. That's John Hart on the bass, David Neal on guitar, Cal Bennett on saxophone, Rayford Griffin on drums, our international choir, our amazing, wonderful soloists, all of you. We love you so much.
Marianne Lewis, everybody. Woohoo! Yes.
Have an amazing week, everyone.